All right, we've got all our labels. Let's make sure, double check that we have saved our world population map. And now we're ready to venture into a new direction. So make sure we're sharing to everyone. We're going to make a web application. And the one that we're looking for is on page 3 here. So click the 3 down at the bottom. And we want this story map tour choice. So we'll click publish and then publish again. We're going to change the name to story map tour. We'll keep the tags and we can save and publish. At this point, our images are going to be online, but not any of those services. So we'll click on advanced here with the 2 gears, and then we'll simply click start a new tour. And here we go. It doesn't look very exciting at the moment. I'm going to start off by changing the base map. Our plain gray thing isn't very exciting, so I'm going to go back to the terrain with labels. It's a little bit more colorful and we get to see the relief of mountains and stuff, which I think is more interesting, but you can try a different base map if you like. You can always change it anytime. And we're going to edit a couple things that we see up here. So we don't really want it to say just this. So if we click the little pencil edit button here, let's add on past world population, space, and settlement patterns. And just click outside of the box to save that. There's a subtitle area here, so we might as well edit that. Put in here a study of conurbations, and then we'll click outside the box. Now we're going to start off with our Hamtarosh urban areas. So let's zoom in. So that it fills up our little map window like so. And we're going to add an image for each of our major urban centers. So let's open up a new tab. We'll click this little new tab button up at the top here. And we can just type in Hamilton, Ontario, just to be specific. We're going to be opening up 2 things. This Google search window or tab, and we're going to visit Wikipedia. So we've got a link here to the Hamilton entry. So if we right click on that Wikipedia link and choose open link in new tab, we'll just have that sort of waiting in the background. Because what we want to do for our Google search is be on images. The idea being that we pick a nice big image, and if you mouse over these thumbnails, we get the size of the image down here. So the bigger that is, the higher quality the image is going to look in our story map. Well, that's a good view. Although it does look a little bit smaller compared to our, if we go back here, this is the space that we're going to fill up. So if we find something about as big as that, that would be better. And these all look like they are small. Okay, so forget that. I guess one of these ones up here looks pretty good. And we need to make sure that it loads in completely. Right click on the image and we'll copy the image URL. Come back over to our story map tab. Click the add button. And for our picture, right click and paste. And the thumbnail, we'll do the same thing. Right click and paste. Click on the information tab. We'll type in Hamilton. And for the caption, we're just going to put in the population for now. But later on, when you guys are back in class, you'll be able to add some more detailed information about the economy of that particular city. And this is where Wikipedia comes into play, because if we take a look at Wikipedia, they have a lot of good information sort of on the right-hand side here. And we see our population, 2011. We've got this number right here. So we can select that number and right-click and copy. And also while we're here, we can make note of the elevation, and back at movie 10, there's a spot to put in the elevation of your conurbations, and so we can use that number right there. Let's go back and we'll just right click and paste in here, and it takes out our space. Let's put our space back. Click on the location tab. It's not going to be in the right place, but that's all right. We'll move it after we add it. So we'll click add to our point. And at this point, we'll click on our marker here and we can drag it down to where we know that it is. And you can change the color if you want to not use red. And we can see that our 2 bits of information have popped in as part of our image. And so later on, when you edit more information about the economy, you can just click on the little pencil and type in more stuff here. But we'll just leave it for now. Now we can do our second city, which will be Toronto. So let's click the add button just to get that ready there. Come over to Google. We'll come up and we'll take out the Hamilton part, put in Toronto, and doesn't really matter. Look for, again, a nice big one. That one could be good. And again, if it looks fuzzy, just wait for it to load in, or it might really be fuzzy. All right, never mind. If it looks fuzzy, skip that one. Here we go. That one should be good. There. So it's loaded in. We get a nice fairy. We can right click, copy image URL, come back over, paste, paste, information. Population. We'll come over to Wikipedia. Type in Toronto. Come down here. Let's take a look. Population. Right click, copy. Right click, paste. Oh, it took away my. Okay, there we go. Click location. Click add to our point. Not too bad, but a little bit closer to where the islands are. Let's save. Good idea to save after 1 or 2 images. We'll make that purple. Save that. And at this point, you can finish off for Oshawa. Search for that, get a nice image. After Oshawa, you can zoom out a little bit and come down to find our next conurbation. In a place like Boswash, where there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major urban centers inside of it, pick maximum 3. So I would say Washington, New York, and Boston. Pick mostly the ones at the ends and one in the middle. And later on, if there's time, you can add photos for Baltimore and Philadelphia if you wish. And once you've done Boswash, of course, zoom out and find your next one that you did and find images for those until you've completed all the conurbations all over the world. Get going.